Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. Thank you so much for waiting for this game between Little Angels and Impunity Divas for this FSL MLBB Showdown. Now, the game is has already happened. We will jump right in, and before that, you guys have to know my name is Abstract, and I will be your caster for today's Best of 5 series between these two teams. Now, we've got the drafting already done between Little Angels as well as Impunity Divas. So I'm just gonna jump straight in real fast and just take a look at their picks. Of course, with here in the Little Angel side, which is going to be our blue team, we have Elsa gonna be playing as the Lolita, Emmy onto Kufra, Ram onto Fasa, Baby QQ onto the Hellcat, and Ram, another Ram? Or REM actually, REM as the 1-1. And in the meantime, let's take a look at the other Ram and Emmy here in the middle lane being poked down by CKO as well as PR. The middle lane does seem to be a little bit troubled at this current point of time. Bottom lane is currently pretty troubled as well. Fasa trying to get herself a little bit of the buff. It seems like she's not able to get that. And of course, the maximum charge coming in from Kimi will be able to decimate the whole of Fasa. So that is not a really good start for Little Angels, unfortunately, currently with 2:5 game point, with a total of 4,000 gold advantage for Impunity Divas. But here's the thing, it is still pretty early in the game. I believe that there is still a lot of leeway and ways that Little Angels can turn the game around. On the Impunity side, which is going to be the red team, we do have Ruri going to be playing onto the Granger, CKO right onto the Kimi, Loki right onto the Leomord, RR playing as the Grok, and Cuckoo right on to the Ghetto Catcher. Now, I did not really expect the Ghetto Catcher coming in here, but hey, we have the Ghetto Catcher. We'll just work with that. In the meantime, let's take a look here in the middle lane. Ram currently being pummeled down by CKO. The damage coming in is just way too much. The maximum charge, unfortunately, did not land on the Fasa, but that's the main thing. Fasa do not die, and that's the good old thing. Baby QQ trying to get a little bit of a push down in the bottom lane. He's just not going to care about the major team fight right over here, as we do have the Darting Star. Little 1-1 being able to push down quite an ulti just there, but unfortunately wasn't able to do a lot of damage in the meantime. QQ HP is currently pretty low in HP, trying to get himself away, or rather trying to push a little bit more of an advantage. They are able to bring down 4 men in here, or rather 4 girls in here, as Little Angels are severely underhanded. CKO, QQ, and Ruri making quite an advantage as well as quite an appearance here in the middle lane for this MLBB Showdown, trying to jump right onto CKO. Unfortunately, the movement speed coming in from Kimi is just a little bit too much. They are not able to do anything from this point of time. The amount of objective being taken down by Little Angels is just not there. Top lane, middle lane, and bottom lane, all of them have got their first turret available. None of them being taken down just yet. It does seem like Little Angels was not able to bring down a single objective run. Now that is bad. That is really, really bad. But hey, this kind of games, we may still be able to see a little bit of a turnaround, as we can see RR currently being completely pummeled down by 1-1. The ultimate just goes off, pop it all off, Grok goes down, Granger from the other side just going to go down straight with the Death Sonata. But the damage is just not quite available, not quite there yet. Loki did manage to bring down her little Barbiel, but still, the items is something that they do not have just yet. So they will need a little bit more time, just trying to bring down more turtles, bring down more turrets, and, well, they should be able to close the game a little bit better. The turtle is now taken down in the bottom lane, previously just now. Middle lane inhibitor turret is currently low in HP, currently less at about 10% HP. The amount of advantage as well as the amount of map control coming in from Impunity Divas is just insane. The ultimate coming from Ram will be able to pummel down onto the round to Divas, but unfortunately, no damage, no kills whatsoever. They're still trying to push onto the advantage. Really good Grok wall coming in will be able to push Ram away, as well as Amy, just completely isolating Lolita as well as Hellcat away from the main bodies of Little Angels. With 2 men already down and Impunity Divas with all 5 women remaining, I'm pretty sure that they can bring down this inhibitor turret no problem whatsoever. But the turret is still holding down straight down pretty strongly. Amy jumps straight in, trying to go for the bouncing ball. And here we have another ultimate. We do have the catapult, not catapult, the crossbow of Tang coming in from Wan Wan. Immediately bring down the damage. More damage giving down to Wan Wan means that more they're just going to gain a little bit more gold. Now, here's the thing. We've been seeing crossbow of Tang coming in from Little Angels a lot of times. So the popping off of the ultimate is relatively high. They cannot give any more farm over to 1-1 because in the moment they do that, then that is going to be quite some dangerous issue right there due to the fact that they have a couple of rather squishy heroes, and that is only gonna be Granger, Kimi, as well as the Leomord. But here's the good thing. Granger and Leomord, both of them have a decent amount of sustainability coming in from their lifesteals. So as long as they're constantly attacking, they should not go down to crossbow of Tang. But if they happen to panic, try to get themselves away, run away during that channeling ultimate, then they're very likely gonna be wiped out. But we'll see how that's going to work out, as Hellcat is going to be excessively pushing down in the bottom lane. They're not going to give a damn about the Lord that's currently being taken down by Impunity, very likely because of the power of Ingyin from playing as Grok, putting down a lot of map control down at the buff area. They're not being able to push down. That is going to help them secure the Lord. Now with the Lord trampling down at the top lane, they're just going to push down the advantage as much as possible. Top lane and bottom lane in the inhibited turret is already down. They are banking in on the middle lane. They will be able to successfully do that. CKO trying to bring down the damage, but the crossbow of Tang coming in from Rem will be able to do a decent amount of damage right on the Grog, but that is still not enough. Half HP down, but it is entirely okay. The Lord is pushing down from the top lane, slowly pushing into the advantage. Fasa pops down the ultimate, but still nothing done left. The core HP is now down to half HP. We do have the Barbell just going to be summoned and just going to run straight in. But unfortunately, the damage just a little bit too much. Does seem like Little Angels was not able to make full use of whatever that they are doing. With a little bit of a crossover coming in here, Impunity Divas taking in game number 1 for this best of 5 series. We joined in a little bit abruptly. We joined in a little bit late into the game, unfortunately. But we hope that you've pretty much gotten the entire gist of that game. And, well, this is a best of 5 series after all. So you do not have to worry, do not have to fret so much about losing too much actions. Totally all okay. We'll be bringing you back with more drafting stages between these two teams, because I'm really surprised to see how they're going to draft for the next few games. Fasa is not quite the conventional mid picks nowadays, despite the fact that Harith has been knocked off the board. I'm expecting to see a little bit more of the Lilith as well as the Lunox, in fact. So we'll see how that is going to work out for Little Angels as well as Impunity Divas. But with that being said, Impunity Divas drawing out game number 1. For all those viewers out there, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you guys are going to be extremely vocal as much as possible. All of this is happening right at Vietnam at the 360 MLBB convention. So if you are somewhere if you are in the venue itself, then great for you. I hope you guys are enjoying your time over there. But if you are at home watching this stream, thank you so much for that. Be vocal at the comment section. Let me know. Let everyone know which team you are rooting for. And in the meantime, we'll be right back to you guys for game number 2 of this best of 5 series. We'll see you then. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Little Angels versus Impunity Divas here for the MLBB FSL Showdown, as you can probably tell from up here. All of this event is currently being held at 360 MLBB convention in Vietnam, and I will be your caster for the APAC region abstract. And with that all said and done, not really most of, but the drafting stages has just begun, and we'll be dropping right into the draft real soon. So don't go anywhere just yet, alright? So in the meantime, just let you guys know a little bit more about these teams. Little Angels is the team that is representing under Vietnam, and of course Impunity Divas is the one that has been the crowd favorite actually. So under the fan voting phase, we actually had a couple of teams that was put out for the players to vote, players and fans to vote, and it came out to be Impunity Divas being the top one of the voting list, and then because of that they are sent to Vietnam to have this showcase match against Little Angels and Impunity Divas. And now if that all said and done, despite seeing a little bit of Vietnamese on the screen, do not worry about that, alright, because you pretty much understand the entire drafting phase, how it pretty much gonna work, and I'm just going to run it down to you guys real quickly. Here we have for Little Angel side, they did go for a ban onto Hylos as well as Granger, Impunity Divas with a Kaya as well as a Ling ban. Now, all of this are completely understandable, except for the fact that I did not really quite understand about a little bit of the Hylos as well as the Granger ban. Even though that they are commonly picked heroes, I don't really quite see them as a ban-worthy heroes. In fact, Kufra could probably be a better ban for themselves instead of that Hylos ban, but we'll see how they're gonna work that game out. Never mind that. We're just going to have Kimi. We'll have Valir, which is interesting, as well as a Grog being picked up from Little Angels. For Impunity Divas, we managed to see a Bruno, Kufra, Leomord pick out for them. A little bit more of the banning and the picking phase. They're actually going through with this real fast, so let's just catch up with them real quick. With Selena as well as Xbox being banned for the second banning phase, followed by Masha, 1-1 being picked up by Little Angels, as well as a Lolita. Is that a Lolita? Lolita as well as a Lilith being picked up. Lilith? Yeah, being picked up, coming in from Impunity. Now, these teams, nothing out of the ordinary if you ask me. I actually rather like the lineup coming in from Impunity Divas. I'm just gonna put it out there. That is the one that I like, actually. Lilith, what the hell? Lilia, sorry. Lilia is the one that I'm talking about, Lilith. Well, where did that name come from? But anyways, with that all said and done, let's take a look a little bit more onto the players' pickup as well as the players' heroes right here. With Little Angel side in the blue team, with Ram picking up onto the Kimi, Amy right onto the Valir, Elsa onto Grog, Baby QQ on the Masha, as well as Ram playing as the 1-1. Middle lane for the red team side, which is Impunity Divas, we have Ruri gonna be onto the Bruno. Ying Yin, sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrongly, Ying Yin RR gonna be onto the Kufra, Loki onto Leomon, QQ right onto the Lolita, and finally CKO playing as the Lilia. Now, Lilia is understandably going to be the one that's going to be in the middle lane, and followed by the Kimi in the middle lane. Laimi, Little Angel's Emmy is going to be the support of the team, so understandably, Emmy will be playing around the bottom lane side, typically babysitting 1-1, but in this case, it doesn't seem to be that way, as it's just going to be helping out Ram as well as Elsa in the middle lane, trying to secure a little bit more of that buff. With that all said and done, with the fire coming in from Emmy, pushing away RR, good amount of damage everywhere, all around the board, as Lilia was able to get a kill right onto Elsa just so easily. Top lane, Baby QQ dealing a decent amount of damage as Masha, but Ruri turns the game around, tries to come back into the game. QQ joins straight in, immediately getting the CC and is stunned right down, right onto Masha. Masha was a little bit complacent, a little bit of expecting a little bit too much coming in from herself. After taking that one single damage coming from the turret, she have to run away. But of course, the unexpected appearance coming from Lolita just made things worse. And now Baby QQ does have her back against the wall, trying to defend against Ruri as well as QQ. But here we come, Elsa with a really nice wall down will be able to block down QQ. Ruri will be able to get that good old flicker away and right into the turret's range. With the Tyrant's Revenge coming from Ying Yin, immediately dropping it down onto Elsa. HP going down real low now, but Force of Nature is just going to be channeled down all the damage. CCs all around the map, right onto RR and CKO. But a really nice Black Shoes coming from CKO will be able to get herself a HP all the way back up, and with that all said and done, she will be able to get herself away from all of that. So that was rather impressive. The Black Shoes came right on time. If not for that, CKO would have gone down already. Baby QQ still hanging tight, hanging around the area. HP is already down low to the last bar of HP. Ram is still going to be farming a little bit more onto the bottom lane, trying to defend against Loki. Just have to make sure that Loki do not push all the way down to the first tier defense turret. And that is pretty much the main objective of Ram. And the same thing for Loki. Just have to push down the turret. Defend the turret as much as possible. They all have got their own objective as well as their own type of gameplay. But we'll see how that's going to work out. Ruri just picking up that red buff at the top lane, slowly making things short, taking things fast. Baby QQ had to defend the top lane, trying to make sure that the first tier defense turret do not go down. And now an engagement is just going to be seen right here. We do have a lot of Gumbos going all around. The damage as well as the ulti coming in for Cuckoo, unfortunately, was not able to land on anyone at all. RR with the bouncing ball, trying to negate everyone away and try to put down a little bit more of the map control at the top turtle side. And with that all said and done, Ram, Amy, Elsa, and Baby QQ, they're just going to join back together with Tyrant's Revenge as well as the Tyrant's Fury, immediately pushing everyone together into one straight little ball. One man down, Kufa's already down, Grok is already down as well, and just going to take a look at the crossbow of Tang, putting down a decent amount of damage right on the CKO, trying to get herself away, but of course, that, ooh, my oh my, the mobility coming in from the Lilia just came in right on time, push herself away from the 1-1. That all said and done, they did not take the turtle, they did not get anything beneficial from all of that team fight. Impunity Divas, they won the previous game in a pretty obvious kind of one-sided match, but in this case it does seem like Little Angels is putting out a little bit more of a better fight. And with that also, right when I was saying that, Impunity immediately ganking up together, trying to get a piece of Baby QQ, and just like that we say goodbye to Baby QQ. Elsa is in the middle and in the heart of Impunity. He has to find a way, she has to find a way to get himself out of there. And with the ulti coming from Cuckoo, getting a really nice decent stun round to Amy, with the Valia going down, this pretty much means that 2 men is down. 1 man is going to be in the bottom lane side. Ram has to defend at the top lane. Barbil is just going to be summoned by Loki as well. So this is going to be rather dangerous for Loki as Baby QQ joins into the fray, tries to fight against Loki. But here we have Loki really needs to get himself away, but Baby QQ has got decent amount of movement speed. He's just going to give up on that onslaught and the assault going on right onto Loki, with all of them congregating together in the middle lane, trying to work something out together. Tyrant's Revenge is just going to be channeled here in the middle lane, getting a little bit more of that map control in the middle lane. Well, with 3:7, with a total of about 2,000 gold advantage in favor for Impunity Divas, they have got a decent amount of gold lead, decent amount of experience lead as well. I can say the objective is looking pretty good as well. Amy is trying to get a gank down onto Ruri. Take a look at the amount of damage! Ruri wasn't able to bring down the final damage in. Really good flicker coming from Cuckoo! Did the one final hit, and she's not hitting it. My god, she's not hitting it. That misplay, that absolute misplay coming from Cuckoo. Now that was sad, but in the meantime, I also like to comment a little bit more onto Little Angels. They did come up with the backup just right on time. Lilia here in the middle lane tries to push the 1-1 back in lane as much as possible. In the meantime, I would also like to say that Loki did a really good job in her role at the bottom lane. Did successfully defend her own turret. Not to forget, she also pushed down the first tier defense turret, and now that was commendable. Middle lane defense turret has got to be the next thing in mind. Loki just need to farm out just a little bit more. I'm not too sure what exactly Loki already has. Not too sure whether she's already had the Queen's Wing, Bloodlust Axe already, but Babil just gonna be summoned right here to get herself away from all of that danger, just in case there's a little bit too much backup incoming at the bottom lane. Crossbow of Tank gonna be activated coming from Ram just right here at the top lane. Just deal a mediocre amount of damage right onto RR. And they're just gonna intensively back off for now. With Little Angels finally taking up the first objective here in the middle lane, with the first tier defense turret taken down in the middle lane. And the turtle is going to be taken away by Impunity Divas as a form of counter-attack for losing their first tier defense turret. They're just saying, no, it's fine. You guys can take the turret. We're just going to take the turtle all for ourselves. Turrets is just turrets. Just let them be. They will bring down the first tier defense turret real soon, I believe. As you can see, they are just congregated here in the middle lane with no ultimate coming in from Lolita, or rather, she is using the ultimate right now with Elsa channeling down onto the force of nature, just making sure that she gets away from all kinds of CCs. Baby QQ right at the top lane trying to defend a little bit as well as push up as much as she can. They're just putting down more map control in the middle lane, making sure that they are in every single brushes and try to go for a little bit of a surprise attack. Ruri already at level 10. Let's take a look at the items because we finally have the advantage too. With Weakness Helmet being picked up by Kufra, and then the rest was history because we cannot see that anymore. Baby QQ still running all around the maps together with Ram, Emmy, as well as Elsa. They are just looking for the right point of time to push right into the game with a good stun as well as a good wild charge, getting herself away from QQ. And 4-man, or rather 5-man here, all congregated in middle lane. They are ready to bring down some action and of course give us some bloodlust, as we do have the ultimate coming in from QQ, just immediately getting a stun around Emmy, but unfortunately it looks like the flicker is just going to be activated coming in from Valia. Valia gets himself away, and all of that said and done, all the damage just putting down right onto the battlefield. Ram, Elsa, and Ram. Double Rams and Elsa. They are all now down for the count. Little Angels is currently at 24,000 gold as well as 6 kills in total, as compared to Impunity Divas with 26,000 gold and 10 kills in total. Now that is a 4-kill deficit well, 4-kill deficit for Little Angels, unfortunately. But they really need to get this game back for themselves, or else it's just going to go for Impunity Divas for a 0-2. But don't forget, this is going to be a best of 5 series, so Impunity Divas definitely need 2 more wins after this game. So we'll see how that's going to work out. Maybe Little Angels will be able to bring out that one game from all of that, draw it all in. But never mind that. Let's take a look at this. Barbell just going to be someone coming in from Loki, just going to go straight in, try to go for a little bit of damage. It does seem like the Stomp was not able to do quite much, as Ram from the other side will be able to put down a lot of damage right onto the back lines. Take a look at that. Ram is not going to give a damn about anything in the world. No one is targeting on the Ram. They really have to focus down on the Ram, and just like that, they have gotten 3-4-3. But the good thing is that both the Rams, they are still alive. They can defend. They can still do something about this current issue. Cuckoo as well as CKO is going to be the only one remaining. They have to find a way to work it all out, because all in all, the ones that really benefited from this encounter is actually Little Angels, because they are main damage dealers, they are main carries. They are alive, and that is going to be Kimi, the mage, as well as 1-1, the marksman. The longer that they are alive, the longer time that they can get to farm. So, looking at the gold deficit, I'm pretty sure that Ram and both the Rams, they are pretty high in gold. That is without a question, right? But we'll see about that a little bit more. But a really good wall coming from Elsa will be blocking away RR with a good stun right there. Kufra tries to get herself away, but here we have the resurrection just going to be put straight out. Valia just going to go straight down. They're looking out for another kill, another blood on the Elsa. But unfortunately, the wild charge coming in from Elsa gets herself away from all of that team fight, and of course out of that heart of all of that. Marsha is still going to be located herself right at the top lane, trying to go for a little bit of a push. But in the meantime, Impunity Diva is just going to make full use of their entire scenario to push as well to bring down the Lord. And just so easily, with the amount of damage coming in from Ruri playing as Bruno, without a doubt, the Lord will definitely go down. We all know the power of Bruno, despite being one of the OG marksmen that faded into fame previously in the previous few patches. He has been reworked, and now Bruno is now great again. So Bruno, played by Ruri, definitely made some work. Definitely made some work out. The Lord definitely went down a lot faster than we all have expected. And of course, Elsa, take a look at that HP with the channeling ultimate coming from Cuckoo, landing the stun right onto Elsa as well as Amy. And that's not all. It does seem like Ram is just going to put down more of the energy transfusion, more of the damage, just putting down onto the back lines of the units. RR just going to go straight down. Loki tried to get herself away with the barbell, but nope. gonna say no to all of that. And the maximum charge coming in from Ram, immediately decimating Ruri before she could even say Jack Robinson. Completely wiped out from the first surface of the match. And they didn't even have any help from Baby QQ. Baby QQ pushed down all the way in the top lane. They have already lost to the second tier inhibitor turret, despite the fact that Little Angels have got two defense turrets at the top lane. The objectives is still on par. With 4 turrets down by Little Angels, as well as 4 turrets down by Impunity Divas, the amount of kills, total hero kills coming from Impunity Divas is definitely higher, with Toys 5 advantage of 3 kills. Not to forget, they even got a Lord and a couple of Turtles. It does seem like they still have a decent amount of lead that Little Angels have to catch up on. They have to push up a little bit more, and I believe that the previous team fight whereby Kimi as well as 1-1 was alive was really the deciding factor as to how they managed to turn the game around at this point of time. They did not target on the main damage dealers. They targeted on the tanks, targeted on the supports, not the main guys. And that could possibly be the one that leads to their downfall. RR joined into the middle of the fight for no apparent reason, but the good thing is Kufra still managed to get herself away. If they had more CCs down, then that is going to severely handicap down Impunity Divas. But hey, all is good, all is well. Does seem like Little Angels can still push down for this turret. Down in the bottom lane though, Kufra is not giving a damn in the world, very possibly because of the immortality that Kufra has on her belt right now. She's not too afraid right now, so she's willing to jump in anytime, anywhere, and just sacrifice her body, just for the greater good of her team. But we'll see how that is gonna work out. Cuckoo putting down a little bit of the barriers. Not gonna work quite out. Dominance Ice gonna be picked up from there. RR channeling down on the Tyrant's Revenge. Take a look at that. Bouncing ball activated from RR. They are trying to put down a little bit more of the damage. Take a look at Marsha immediately ganking it all down, trying to push right into the turret. That was a very bad move right there. With Grok and Marsha already down. Ram as well as Amy. They have to get themselves away. Barbell has been summoned, and of course, Rejuvenate popped down by RR. Now they have gotten a decent amount of advantage with 2 core players, which is their tanks as well as their fighter, already down. They can find a way to push down the middle tier defense turret, because they can just put down all the offense that they have in the world, completely just push them all back and secure the turret for themselves. But it does seem like Impunity Divas, they are not willing to they're not willing to play it aggressive. They want to play it a little bit more safe. 15 minutes into the game, they want to take a look at the Lord. They want to take the Lord and then get the Lord to push down in the top lane and then go for the trifecta push. But I'm not too sure if whether that is going to be the best case scenario. Could that really be the best thing to do right now? Because they need to focus down on the main thing. They have to dwindle down the damage, the heroes one after another. Take a look at the amount of damage coming from the Kimi, pushing down Bruno all the way down to less than 20% HP. And now this is the perfect time for Little Angels to actually push the advantage and try to single out one after another, as Baby QQ immediately claws her way through right onto Cuckoo, and Cuckoo just stood right there doing absolutely nothing, letting Baby QQ claw her way into that shield and into that bare flesh bones. Now, Little Angels have gotten the Lord. And this is going to be bad. CKO HP is down low, pops the black shoes. No ulti for Lilia for now. They have got the Lord fighting for their cause, pushing down in the middle lane, very, very likely. And this could very much be game over. This could be that one point that Little Angels actually need. And now, with Athena Shield being bought down by Loki just so that he can counter against the Valir as well as the Kimi. Because, well, without a doubt, Kimi does a heck a lot of damage. You really have to find a way to defend against that. But I'm not too sure about this, but I really hope that Loki does have Queen's Wing as well as Bloodless Axe. We can't see more info right now because we are not the spectators, unfortunately. All of this is currently being played out at the 360 Mobile Convention down at Vietnam, and we're just giving you guys live English feed. And now, we're just gonna push that off away for a little bit as the middle lane turret is about to go down, but they are not gonna give a damn about that. Really good walls coming straight in. I believe the CKO has already used the black shield trying to get himself away. Take a look at the damage coming in from the Kimmy. The Lord goes straight down. Impunity did manage to defend against the Lord, and that is not all. All of them is just going to be congregated together. Take a look at the damage. Oh, goodbye to Kufra, but Immortality is just gonna be brought up. We do have the flicker coming from Cuckoo, just gonna bring down the ultimate as well as the CCs down on the rest of the hearts of the little angels. Top lane turret looks like gonna be pretty grim. Cuckoo with a slip of health, and of course Masha pops right in, gets the last hit in, and gets that kill. 2 men already down, or rather 2 women already down. The bottom lane defense, bottom lane inhibitor turret is now all the way down. Middle lane turret is now down to a slip of health. They have to find a way to pop that up, and of course it does seem like the 1-1 was able to do just that. Ruri ends the cause of Baby QQ. They're just going back and forth, back and forth. The amount of seesaw action going up is just a little bit more insane. I'm not too sure whether Little Angels is actually playing it safe or not, because it looks like they're playing safe yet aggressive at the same time. They really wanted the turret at the top lane. They really wanted the turret at the bottom lane, but in the meantime, they backed off at the kind of like the wrong time. It's like they wanted to be aggressive, but after a while they're just like, okay, no, I can't stay this and I can't keep this up any longer. They try to move back, but that was actually the worst time to move back, because they could have done something more productive at the point of time. But never mind that, we are 18 minutes in. Impunity Divas have gotten the middle lane and the bottom lane in inhibitor turret already down, with the top lane inhibitor turret left as well as their final core. They have to find a way to turn this game around. They are not in the best kind of shape due to the mega creeps that is available for Little Angels. That means that their way of counter-attacking is going to be extremely limited, but in the meantime, the good thing is that they are ahead in kill counts, and they have all the gold in the world. They have the same amount of gold as Little Angels, not much deficit, not much advantage, so they are pretty much in a stalemate. They can still fight this game around, they still can fight back, but they really have to go for good target prioritizing. Who they have to aim for, who they are going to all out aim at first, who's going to be the first one to die. Is it really the tanks that they have to focus down so that Little Angels is unable to push, or do they aim the carries whereby they are not able to dish out enough damage? Now that is something that Impunity Divas definitely have to take into account, and of course this is something that every single team have to take into account. Whichever player went out at the wrong time, they are in the wrongest position. Take advantage of that situation and try to bring that down. With the Lord currently being activated now, the Lord is available. I'm pretty sure that Little Angels definitely want a piece of that, with Masha immediately heading down to the Lord, fishing out for that juicy centaur kind of vibes going down here. Impunity, they are not able to defend against this, I believe, but here we have the Tyrant's Revenge coming in from Kufra. Overextended a little bit, hoping that the rest of Impunity is able to catch up, but it does seem like the amount of burst amount of damage coming in from Little Angels is just a little bit too much. They did manage to secure the Lord all for themselves, but it does seem like the HP coming from Valia as well as Grog is already too low. They have to go back home and try to regain a little bit more health, but it doesn't really matter, because I believe that they can still come back into the game nice and healthily, as long as they don't die to anyone from Impunity Divas. With a total of 1,000 gold advantage in favors for Little Angels, the Lord is now trampling down in the middle lane and not gonna give any mercy to Impunity Divas. Now, 1-1 is looking scary because she already have the power potion, and in fact most of the carries here, they already have the potion all to themselves. Kimi as well as 1-1, they have max item. Ruri have got max item as well. They are just looking out for the best amount of damage possible. With a backdoor coming in from Baby QQ, bring down the top tier inhibitor turret. The Lord is gonna go straight down. They are looking out for to kill every single one of them. Baby QQ, take a look at that. She's just in the heart of the enemy. It's not gonna do quite well, but in the meantime, time. We do have the wall just gonna be erected coming in from Elsa, just gonna block a little bit more of Loki's way, but it doesn't really matter. Take a look at the bottom side. It does seem like RR as well as the Kufra just gonna go straight down. Cuckoo just gonna revive right back due to the immortality. Baby QQ just gonna dive straight into the core. The core dealing a lot of damage on the Baby QQ, and all of them just gonna fall right back away from the core. They are not able to bring down the players of Impunity Diva, and most importantly, they are not able to bring down the health of the core. And now this is looking rather bad because, I mean, not say rather bad. They are still slowly making their way into getting a kill into Impunity Divas, and this is becoming more of a really difficult situation for Impunity Divas to turn the game around, because this is not something that you can really turn the game around on with all barracks completely barren, and you need to find a way to balance offense and defense. So Impunity Divas, they have to find a proper game plan. Maybe if they are able to immediately decimate the entirety of Little Angels and just ram straight in and bank onto middle lane, that is a possibility that they can do, because they have Bruno. Bruno deals heck a lot of damage to turrets. Is a one shot wonder kind of marksman. So they still have the chance. Not gonna lie, they still have the chance, but they really have to bring down every single members of Little Angels at one specific moment, together at the same time, not staggered. If they are staggered, then there is no way for Impunity Divas to turn the game around, because the players are just going to come back one after another to defend. And take a look at that, because Ruri deals heck a lot of damage in one shot. That also means that Ruri is very, very fragile. But in the meantime, take a look at this. Barbell just going to be summoned, but unfortunately, it does seem like Leomon is not going to pick up on the Barbell and just not going to ride on Barbell, unfortunately. And RRHP is just going to go straight down as Rem was able to do a decent amount of damage, and 1-1 just going to get himself all around the map and just popping off one after another. 2 men down coming from Impunity Divas, as well as 2 men down coming from Little Angels. I'm just going to command on to Impunity Divas as they are able to successfully defend that team fight against Little Angels, and that is not something easy to do. They did manage to bring 2 men down with only Valir, Grok, as well as that 1-1 available. Now that is kind of the main thing. They need to bring down Kimi, because Kimi deals heck a lot of damage from the backside due to energy transfusion. They just need to get rid of her. If she's alive, Bruno has no place to stand, Loki has no place to stand. It's a really tough game. So, does seem like they perhaps have got their prioritization down. They also have to make sure that the 1-1 do not bring down the crossbow of Tang. In the moment that she actually does that, then it's going to be problem. There's just going to be a lot of problems. The Lord has now once again been resurrected. This is by far the 4th Lord. So this is going to be one of the most painful Lord in existence of this game, rather. And we'll see how that's going to work out. We do have a decent amount of CCs coming in right on to 1-1, as well as the Valir. They managed to get themselves away. The amount of map control coming in from Impunity Divas is looking pretty decent as well. They did manage to defend and balance out the middle lane, bottom lane, as well as the top lane in terms of the push strategies. But the thing is, there is Baby QQ. They can't just nonchalantly push down into the middle lane, because in the event that they actually does that, Baby QQ can just straight away go for the core and immediately bring that down. Now that is something that you wouldn't want to do, because you are on the way on to a core base race, and that is going to be difficult. RR once again is just going to be blocked out thanks to the barriers coming in from Elsa. Now they are losing out on the map control once again. Bouncing ball gonna be activated, and there we go. It wrecked the wall, and the crossbow of Tang immediately being popped up by Ram, but that's not gonna do much. The immortality is going to be popped by Loki. Oh, sorry, it's just going to be popped by RR once again. And with that all said and done, 5 man versus 5 man. The Lord is now available. So instead of 5 man, let's make that 6 man against 5 man. There is almost absolutely no way for Impunity to turn this game around. Too much burst. The amount of CCs is pretty insane as well. But Impunity, I can't find a way. I can't find a way to really turn this game around. You can, but it's gonna be really tough, and you pretty much need a miracle. Everyone have to bank onto a single target, one after another, and that's gonna be a tough thing, because if you aim onto Grok itself only, it's gonna take a long time to kill him. And with that all said and done, the rest of the team will go down because of the amount of damage that Kimi Marshall 1-1 is able to dish out. And not to forget, the CC is coming in from Valia. Just gonna maximum charge on the CKO. Take a look at that. Black Shield is just gonna be activated. This is gonna be looking pretty bad. The Lord is just slowly advancing his way right onto the core. Just a few inches away. The damage coming in from Loki. The HP is low. Goes down. Immortality is just gonna be popped. The 1-1 is just gonna go straight in for the crossbow of Tang. And of course, one after another. 2 men down already for Impunity Divas. And of course, the Lord ranks it all in. Right onto the core. And, ladies and gentlemen, that is 1 point for our Little Angels. So now, 1-1 in this best of 5 series. It doesn't seem like we are going to have a fast day to a 3-0 kind of games. In this FSL MLBB Showdown, we may very well see a 2-2 kind of gameplay. Because understandably, Little Angels as well as Impunity Divas, they are both really extraordinarily good team. And they know each other's weaknesses and strength. They have to find a way to break through that barriers and work something out. Because in the game number 1, Impunity Divas, they actually managed to control the game pretty well. They did. It was rather one-sided, if you ask me. But for game number 2, they Impunity Divas, they do have a little bit of an upper hand in the early games, but unfortunately when it comes to the later part of the game, and I think that what really changed the game around is the team fight, where I said that Kimi as well as 1-1 was the only one alive from that team, and that enabled them to farm a little bit more. I feel that that was really the turning point. That was the turning point where Impunity Divas started to lose a little bit, like bit by bit by bit. So unfortunately for Impunity Divas, they lost 1 round against Little Angels, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be the end yet for this entirety of the best of 5 series. Now, I thank every single one of you for watching the stream, no matter where you are. Thank you so much. And of course, these teams right here representing Vietnam, we have Little Angels, and of course representing Myanmar, we have Impunity Divas. So, with that all said and done, let's take a look at game number 3 in roughly about 5 to 10 minutes in. Be extremely vocal with which team you are rooting for. It is now 1-1. Both teams still have a way to fight it out against each other. There's still a lot of possibilities and may have some upsets for some of you guys here. So if you're really vocal, just say it out loud. Write down in the comment section below which team you think is gonna win, which team you're rooting for, and of course, we'll see you back again in game number 3 in about 5 minutes time. We'll see you then. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are in once again to game number 3 between Impunity Divas as well as Little Angels here in the FSL MLBB Showdown here at Vietnam, the 360 MLBB Convention, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, correct. 360 MLBB Convention 2020, and of course, once again, very happy new year to every one of you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And my name's Abstract. Let's just jump straight into the drafting phase. And of course, well, we've got a couple of things already down in the banning count, and that is going to be Kimi as well as Selena. No, Selena is not something that I was expecting. Sure, Selena deals a heck of a lot of damage in the early game, relying a lot on Abyssal Arrow as well as Abyssal Trap, but I don't really see Selena as the mid-ban worthy hero. Ling is okay. I was hoping a little bit more onto Gujin. Unless they're working on to some respect ban going on against Impunity Divas. Perhaps CKO is able to play a really mean Selena. I'm not too sure. I don't really quite have a lot of information about these girls, but if any of the viewers here actually does have this kind of information, please feel free to comment down in the comment section below. Let us know about your thoughts about these bans, especially your thoughts about the ban of Granger as well as the Selena. Because I myself, I'm not a big fan of banning out these heroes. Kufra is available on the board. Kaja has been taken away by Impunity. So in fact, Little Angels really have to bank on the fact that they gotta pick up their Kufra. Kufra is a really good hero. Balearic is a really good hero as well. And I'm not a very big fan of Valir actually. But it does seem like Valir has been picked up to fulfill the support role for quite some time already, since the previous game. Maybe someone could fill me in a little bit more on these details, because I'm not a big fan of Valier. Other than the fact that he's able to push back enemies once every few times, I don't really see quite a lot of main things about Valier. Sure, you can get a stun, you can get a knockback, you can get a decent amount of damage as well in the early game, especially when you are supporting your marksman. But other than that, it doesn't really put out a lot of effort. It doesn't really put out a lot of roaming potential, a lot of damage down as well, and there's just a lot of things, a lot of utilities that Valier is kind of missing out on. But still, this could very well be Little Angel's comfort pick. I'm not going to judge on that. Perhaps that they are really good and in Valier, and in fact, they managed to make full use of Valier in the previous game as well as Marsha. So this may very well be their winning strategies, right? May very well be their winning strategies. And anyways, for the other hand, from the other hand, Impunity Divas, we do have the Loki as well as Ruri picking up onto the Xborg as well as Bruno. Now, there's nothing really going out of the ordinary. I would say nothing out of the ordinary. Xbox is neat. I'm surprised that they are not banking it all onto Xbox immediately. No immediate picks on the Xbox. No immediate picks on the Kufra whatsoever. But Kaja as well as Valier and Hylos being the first picks is just not what I quite expected. But nevertheless, let's take a look at the second banning phase, and that is going to be a 1-1 as well as a Grok ban. Now, a Grok ban is understandable, yes. 1-1 ban is understandable as well, yes. So both of which they are going for those targeted bans, making sure that they are unable to pick up the heroes that they essentially want. What? Okay. Kagura being picked up. Now, okay. I'd like to see how this is going to play out. Now, this is something interesting. This is something new. Kagura was indeed a really good mid-mage in the past. And in fact, that is like, what, Season 5? Season 5, Season 4? We don't really see Kagura anymore ever since the introduction of Lunox, Harif, but they're not exactly, but you get the point. But I would like to see. Little Angels actually have got really interesting lineup, and that is something that I constantly want to see how they are going to work it out. Impunity side, they are going to pick up on Lunox, understandable. Gather Catcher is going to be the other pick coming in from Impunity. Impunity Divas did not pick onto the Balearic though. So, okay though. Possibly they do not see a lot of advantage coming in from the non-attack speed based kind of lineup from Little Angels, but the fact is okay, that's a Claude. So good thing that they did not pick up the Balearic, because fun fact, Balaric's Thorns does not deal enough damage fast enough to counter-attack against Claude. Whenever Claude has got max attack speed coming in from the Art of Thievery, followed by his Blazing Duet, the amount of attack speed going in down onto Balearic, his Thorns just don't proc fast enough, to the point that once the Blazing Duet ends, the Thorns are still hitting out. So Balearic has to be alive at the end of the Blazing Duet in order to deal that full attack, the full passive damage that he is capable of. So that's the main thing. Good thing that they didn't pick up the Balearic, or else a lot of wasted damage in onto the rest of the team from Little Angels. But with that all said and done, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at game number 3 between Impunity Divas versus Little Angels. Introducing Ying Yin playing Ying RR playing as the Kaja, Loki onto Xbox, Ruri onto Bruno, QQ right onto the Gather Catcher, and CKO right onto Lunox. On the flip side, we do have Little Angels, Emi being the flame-worthy Shikigami, that little Valier, Elsa being the little baby centaur of the Lord. We have Hylos, Baby QQ once again playing as the Marsha, Ram as the fan-wielding, umbrella-wielding Kagura, as well as Ram, the other Ram rather, RAM, that is with his trustworthy companion Dexter. We have Claude. Now, Little Angels has gotten a really interesting lineup. Now, this is a lineup that you don't see very, very often, or maybe it's something that you see often, and I'm just too scrubby to know. But otherwise, it's not something that you'll see in the past few months or so. In fact, Hylos, Valia was pretty okay back then, but unfortunately, he was nerfed again. But in the meantime, let's take a look here at the top lane. As R suffered a lot of damage with with just a little of health. But she have to get herself away by using Flicker. Ruri and QQ just going to proxy down in the bottom lane just to make sure that they are able to farm a lot more efficiently from that point on. Ram, Elsa as Emmy just going to push down a little bit more on the top lane, trying to get that River Crab, being able to successfully do so. Take a look at the amount of damage coming from Kagra. Was able to do quite a lot, and I believe that CKO actually went into Brilliance to get herself away from that the umbrella. Now, at the bottom lane side, Baby QQ tries to get herself away from QQ as well as Ruri. So the amount of damage coming in from Impunity Divas is just pushing down onto Little Angels just a little bit too much, with a total of 1 kill that's being brought up by Little Angels. So that is in fact a really good early start. The rotation coming in from the middle lane to the top lane, successfully getting the kill right onto, I believe that was Kaja. But never mind that, let's take a look here in the middle lane. Bottom lane. Ruri gets a kill right onto Marsha. That final hit coming in from the turret, as well as the football coming from Ruri, ended off that half health from that half of that single last health bar. Definitely made quite an impact. CKO diving right on the turret, activating Brilliance here at the top lane, and of course a really good ooh, my god, back-to-back seesaw action in here. That Ram did manage to get himself away from multiple fatalities, but it does seem like she still went down, as we do have the unfortunate Lunox from the other side of the turret. They are playing really aggressive, so really well played coming from Impunity Divas. I really like very aggressive gameplays nowadays, and just like to see how they are going to work that out more and more. The turtle is currently available at the top lane, the top jungle side. Emmy, Ram, and Elsa are just going to bank onto the Lord just a little bit, but QQ, RR, as well as CKO, just around the vicinity. They definitely do not want to give the turtle away. Xbox should be joining into the team fight real soon with the last Insanity anytime. Here we have Fire Missile is going to be activated, of course. Get to catch it, just going to jump straight into the heart of the enemy, trying to absorb a little bit more people with the magnet. Of course, last Insanity going to be popped by Loki. The damage on the Elsa is just significant, but not significant enough to get that kill. Now, Loki has lost all his armor, trying to get himself with fire missiles here and there, but ultimately, there was no life lost. No life lost at for the entire encounter at the turtle. The only main thing is that the turtle was taken away, and that is gonna go to, I believe, I'm not too sure actually. Forgive me for that. But anyways, Ruri managed to bring down the turret at the bottom lane. Of course, with the decimation of the turret, they are definitely going to get a little bit more money into the banks, and of course, work down a little bit more onto their total income. They have for the team are currently being stunned down by Elsa. They're not looking for more, or maybe they are looking for more. Ram is just pushing right in with the umbrellas. The amount of damage from the umbrellas is just way too insane, and of course, it's still in the early parts of the game. The damage from the umbrellas can definitely pump up a lot more juice onto the rest of the Impunity side. Impunity currently with their backs against the wall. With 2:5, the goal advantage is not too important at this moment of time. There is still a lot of places to outplay the enemies. But here we have Ruri immediately knocking down the Marsha. The damage is just a little bit too insane. And, well, Bruno being Bruno, right? And Marsha being Marsha. Marsha with 3 HP worth. And sometimes it just fools you. You just think that, oh, I have full HP, I can tank a little bit of this. But Ruri with a single football in your face, immediately wiping you out from the existence of this earth. Just not something that you like to feel. Definitely not something you like to feel. But either way, here we have, the glorious pathway just going to be activated coming from Elsa with 4 men just immediately jumping on the Loki with the power of the umbrella. just immediately bring down the first tier defense turret as well as the Xbox. There's absolutely nothing that they can do from all of that onslaught. Really nice divine judgment coming from RR, immediately CCing and locking down baby QQ, and that pretty much means that the top tier defense turret is now under siege. We do have the Valia as well as Claude immediately porting back home to try to defend the defense turret here in the top lane, and looks like they will be able to successfully do so. Elsa and Ram immediately relegating themselves to the middle lane, but unfortunately it does seem like Loki teleported himself right into the middle tier defense turret, and of course the last insanity gonna be popped up by Loki trying to get the damage around the Ram. HP is down low, and of course with the sliver of health, Ruri immediately get that football in the face once again, with 2 kills into the bag for Impunity Divas once again, and they have gotten back their gold advantage. Top lane has lost 2 defense turret, middle lane lost 1, bottom lane lost 1 in favor of Impunity Divas. And as for Little Angels, the only defense turret that they managed to secure is the bottom lane defense turret, and that was the result of 4-man banking it in onto Impunity Loki. Now that was insane because they used too much manpower at the bottom lane to secure 1 kill and 1 turret. And in the meantime, Impunity Divas made full use of the entire situation, whereby they are in opposite ends, right? So they are able to bank in onto the top lane, try to bring down the defense turret and a second tier defense turret at the top lane, and of course bring down the last inhibitor turret to a really low health as well. So really good, thinking, quick thinking on the shoes, and of course making full use of whatever situation that they have. And in the meantime, take a look at that damage coming in from Bruno. My oh my! The turret immediately going down, and that is the 5th tower objective in favor for Impunity Divas. Now do know that Impunity Divas is finally onto the blue side now. They are no longer on the red side, because for 2 games in a row, Impunity Divas started off at the red side. And now they are taking the lead here in the blue side, and they are working on the turtle. I don't know if whether they are able to get the turret, the turtle, and looks like they are able to successfully do so. Unfortunately, Kagura was not able to bring that down, unfortunately. And with that all said and done, baby QQ gets himself away. The last insanity coming from Loki is not gonna work out too well. Ruri HP is down low. Rem has to make a way to cool down the damage with a slip of health. Ruri lives to tell the tale, and of course brings down the Kagura. My oh my, that was really close. And in the meantime, take a look at the top lane. Loki, HP is down low. Baby QQ did manage to put down a decent amount of damage right onto Loki, but it's okay because Loki can actually bring his armor back after getting a little bit more charges from attacking jungle minions as well as attacking the heroes. But it does seem like he's having none of that. He's just gonna get himself away, just gonna recall himself back home and leave it all to Ruri with 1000 damage per soccer shot. Now, this Bruno is really fat. Bruno is now really farmed up, and I have absolutely no idea who's gonna win in the marksman brawl. Is it going to be Bruno, or is it going to be a Claude? Claude has picked up the golden staff, so he's gonna be stronger than ever. The art of thievery will definitely give him a lot more attack speed to pop his innate effects more and more often. With the Wind Talker currently available for Baby QQ as well, that will mean that clearing out creeps will be a lot faster as well. We may be seeing a little bit more of a little bit of an off-lane wipe coming in from Marshall, but in the meantime, take a look at the top lane. They're using so much utility to bring down the Kagura. But in the meantime, top lane, the Valia is gonna go straight down as well. They are not looking to end this game. They're not looking to end this game in one final team fight. They just want to end the game by killing the players one after another, one by one. Take a look at the amount of damage with the blazing duet coming in from Claude, not dealing enough damage. 4-man already down. Baby QQ tried to deter the aggression coming in from Impunity with 10 minutes in. 13-7, the top tier inhibitor turret is now taken care of. Well played by Impunity Divas. Now, this is looking a little bit grim for Little Angels now. They only have 7 kills, they only had 2 objectives now. How exactly are they supposed to play this game against Impunity Divas? The Lord is now currently available. I'm not too sure what exactly is making things a little bit bad from their end, but unfortunately, we have a little bit of a pause right here. So let's just take this time to really understand and crunch down the entire idea of Impunity Divas lineup for now. So Impunity Divas lineup, they mainly the main damage dealer consists of Lunox as well as Bruno. Bruno is a really important game changer due to the fact that he deals burst amount damage in the early parts of the game, and just like that, you can see 1,000 damage immediately right onto the enemies. Now that is not something that you can innately deter from. You're naturally scared from someone that can deal 1,000 damage in this early part of the game by having 2 core items. Now that is just absolutely insane, don't you think so? So Bruno though, Bruno requires farm, and his mobility is not that good as well. As long as you bank down onto Bruno, you should be able to bring him down. And in fact, having a Hylos in your team will work extremely well. But unfortunately, they're not making full use of that. They do have a Hylos, if I remember correctly, Hylos as well as a Valia, so they should be able to CC the hell out of the Bruno. They should be able to do a decent amount of damage right onto Impunity side. There's still a lot of things that can be done. Jumping right into the game, let's take a look right now. Baby QQ going for a side push. Going for a side push at the top lane. In the meantime, Impunity as well as Little Angels, they are just going to focus a little bit more onto the Lord. Focus down right onto the fact that they have a decent amount of map control. Top lane, Baby QQ with a lot of attack speed. He definitely can grind down the turrets in a quick amount of time. With corrosive size being brought up by Baby QQ, that just pretty much means that Baby QQ have a lot more attack speed to go for. So now, Baby QQ is now a devil of a killer. Baby QQ would definitely be able to bring down objectives real fast, and now that is not something that I am looking forward to if I am Impunity Divas. And in the meantime, really good for Little Angels. They did manage to bring down yet another objective, 4 turrets down, 1 Lord down, and now they could be able to launch a counter attack because the Lord is gonna be pushing down from the top lane. They themselves can push down in the middle lane, and bottom lane will naturally go down, because the turret is already very low in health. Get it? So yeah. Impunity Divas, they did manage to have a really good early start. The inhibitor turret definitely went down, but they wasn't able to fully make full use of their current situation back then to try to bring down more turrets and make full use of their current situation to get more objectives as well. Naturally speaking, that is the Lord that I'm talking about. They lost the Lord to Little Angels as they are not willing to participate in the fight against Little Angels. So that was a little bit of a careful playing that the Impunity Diva have. Now, this is the main thing about Mobile Legends. I realized that the more passive you play, the more safe you play, you tend to do a lot more worse than you are if you play a lot more aggressively and more nonchalantly. So, play on the extreme side. Play really recklessly. Aim for the best. Don't care about the outcome. I mean, yes, you gotta care about the outcome, but that's what most players are most capable of. But in the meantime, take a look at that. Divine Judgment coming from RR right onto Rem did not do anything at all, but it looks like the Cloud was able to get himself away with just a sliver of health, but the rest of the fight is just going to continue down as Cuckoo as well as CKO. HP is just going to go down extremely low, relieve the amount of damage right onto the Valia. Take a look at that, just 3 hits required, but the Lightning Truncheon is just going to be used by Amy with a triple kill net in the bag for Bruno. Now, this is what I'm talking about, guys. Impunity Divas, Bruno is just dealing just so much damage that they cannot tank. They cannot tank it. The only tank coming in from Little Angels is going to be Hylos. Hylos is, yes, a pretty decent tank, but is mostly an initiating tank. Just run straight in with Glorious Pathway, and then all his history. Just go down for a single stun, and then following down with a CCs onto them with the circle around Hylos. They're just done, right? They're just done. Doesn't have any naturally built-in tank stuff other than the passive, but that's just the entire kit of Hylos. That's the only thing that Hylos can tank, and as long as Hylos is down, the entire team is down. Bruno can definitely shred down the entire health bars of Hylos. And in the meantime, immediately deleted out of the surface of this world. Impunity Divas, they finally see the opportunity to push at top lane now. In the meantime, bottom lane, Baby QQ is looking at a base rush. Is she really going to go for a base rush? Ruri joining into the fray, getting the footballs right onto the core, but unfortunately, Amy and Ram, they are going to recall themselves back home. They are not going to play it. They're not going to play it roughly. They're not going to immediately bank onto the core, despite the fact that the core is already at half HP. They could have done something, but I don't think that they're willing to go for that fight. Baby QQ pushing down the entirety of the bottom lane, and then naturally got himself back home. They went for an all-in at the bottom lane to defend against the turret, and that pretty much means that they'll have lost the map control of the Lord, and this may very well mean that they have to fight Little Angels to get back the advantage of the Lord. Now this can either go really bad or really good for Impunity Divas, because right now all I'm thinking of is the fact that Bruno deals a heck a lot of damage, right? So a lot of damage, that pretty much means that you are very fragile as well. As long as you're not able to bring down the opponent's side, that is going to be really bad. But in the meantime, Kagura, one of the main cores, is just going to go straight down, and this is going to look like a really grim game as Ruri tries to get himself away from Baby QQ, but she's just immediately going to be right in his face, claw him away. And Bruno, one of the main damage dealer, is already down. But fret not. Amy, Elsa, Baby QQ, and Ram, all of their HP is down to really low. They are not able to contest the Lord, but that also means that they are all able to go back home into the fountain, and Impunity ain't gonna have none of that. They do not want to deal with that. They do not want to fight against the Lord with only half HP per player, and then Little Angels come back in with a full set of health. Now that is not something that you want. So naturally both sides will just disengage, just fight for another one. You know, the saying, live to fight another day. This is exactly what's gonna happen right now, with Claude banking up all the damage right onto the Lord. And here we have Ghetto Catcher immediately jumping right in with the ultimate. It steals the Lord! He's gonna go straight down though. Not too sure how effective is this. I'm not too sure how useful is this. But CKO immediately getting a couple of kills right here. But hold on a second. Top lane with Xbox completely pushing down to the top lane. They have the Lord as well. The entirety of Little Angels now have to back out. We have Immortality right onto Loki as well. The last is Saturday just gonna be blasting off from the region right here. Amy have to get himself away. They don't even need the Lord right now. Ruri is dealing down a lot of damage. They do not have to care at all. A lot of them is already going down. RR has to get himself away. Loki is still alive because of the immortality, just putting down a little bit of the flame missiles and bring down damage one after another. Ruri HP is still up really high. The middle lane inhibitor turret is already down with only 2 players, and that is going to be the Valir as well as the Kagura to save themselves from all of this onslaught. Really good amount of Winter Truncheon going on there, and Bruno ends it all off with another soccer ball into the face of the core without even the need of the Lord. Well played coming in from them. Impunity Divas managing to clinch the second game against, or rather game number 3 against Little Angels. No, well played. This is something that was really intense. They did manage to push down the second tier turret at the top lane in about 6 minutes in, brought down the top tier inhibitor turret at about 10 minutes in, but that was a point of time where it goes a little bit of a seesaw action right there. But nonetheless, they made things work out. They managed to bring down the Lord. They managed to, the main thing is that they are able to bring down the core members of Little Angels. Now, that pretty much led to the downfall of Little Angels then. But, ladies and gentlemen, this is not the end. You may think that this is a best of 3, or is it because they are leaving the seats right now? Is it a best of 3? No, right? Yeah, okay, so this is a best of 5 for all I know. This is a best of 5. The players will be going up for yet another game. The first team that gets the 3 points wins the game. And they're just going out for a handshake. Wait, best of 3? Because you know this usually happens when the game ends, right? So they're going for the handshake ritual right now, and I'm a little bit bamboozled right now. I'm bamboozled. I thought that it was a best of three. I mean, I thought it was a best of five, but it it does seem like it is a best of three, guys. Okay, so we're gonna work with the live action right there, because we do have the screen right there. You can see that we have the handshake all done. They are gonna receive whatever that they want. Media coverage. Well played to Divas, despite the fact that we have no idea this is the best of three. But it's okay. There's just a little bit of a small miscommunication going on from our side. I apologize. Well, the main thing is that this best of three FSL MLBB Showdown is now over. So thank you everyone, ladies and gentlemen, for your support to both Little Angels as well as Impunity Divas. Thank you so much for watching in. I hope that you guys have been really vocal, and I think that you guys are, because there was actually a lot of comments going down and letting us know how you feel, which team that you're supporting, and that is the kind of camaraderie that I'm looking out for. Now, once again, yes, thank you so much for watching. This is the FSL MLBB Showdown at the 360 Mobi convention. Yeah, and that game, this showdown is after all a best of three. So with it all said and done, my name is Abstract. I will be signing off for this game, this showdown. Once again, congratulations to Impunity Divas and well played to Little Angels. Have a great week ahead, to every one of you, and of course, Happy New Year.